Nadif, boleh start.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day to the viewers. And for today, I am Atif Aizat. I introduce myself. I am Atif Aizat. I will be your moderator for today. And today we have four panelists here. And over the overall topic we will be talking about is why online classes are not effective. So in today's topic, today's agenda, we will be talking about the challenges faced by the students, experience on online classes, the implementation of online classes, students' discipline, final year student worries, and also the suggestion solution for university management. Uh, and here are the panelists. So as you can see, I am the moderator, and one of the here are all of the panelists. First panelist is Irina, who is the president of Gabungan Mahasiswa Islam se-Malaysia, or also known as GAMIS. Next is Zahid, Muhammad Zahid bin Muhammad Zaini, who is the UMS student representative. And last but not least is Muhammad Farul Amar bin Muhammad Farihuddin, who is the representative for University of Malaya Association of New Youth, or UMANI. So we will be starting off the today's forum with Irina, and I will pass the mic to her. So Irina, will you please talk about your own views about why online classes are not effective?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Atif. Okay, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Aina. I am the president of Gabungan Mahasiswa Islam se-Malaysia, known as GAMIS lah. We all know the initial phase of implementation of online lesson. So both university students can like academic staff having to adjust the new norm. Indeed, the best route of studying is face-to-face since it is more natural and understood by students. With the introduction of online courses, they might have problems asking questions, particularly those that have trouble speaking out in a crowd setting, both face-to-face and online method. Although the government's efforts, along with companies, to provide a free 1 GB internet quota daily was very helpful to students who needed to attend online classes. Restricted internet connectivity and weak internet coverage, particularly in rural area, remain a problem right now. He found out that I found myself that the latency in the internet speed hinder and learning process. As it will lead students to skip part of the classes. Student by live video session. When faced with internet issues during class, student may not know whether to inquire with internet issues during class. Like subject under debate already discussed. Um, this involves extra work on the part of students involved to look for additional content or to refer to their peers who have completed the lesson. The predicted long-term consequences is that the impact student would most likely be faced with tension problems, intensive depression, and ultimately give up, leaving negative remarks and also their educational path. Okay, that's it from me. I'll pass to Zahid.
Right, thank you to Irina. Now, next we move on to Mr. Zahid, the UMS student representative. So, would you please, Mr. Zahid?
All right. Thank you, Mr. Atif. Thank you, Irina. Assalamualaikum and very good evening to everyone. And I'm Zahid bin Zaini, and today I want to share with you guys my own experience of attending online class for the whole semester. Back in 2018, when I was in third semester of my diploma in UMS, There was an announcement from our head of department that for this semester, there might be one and two subjects that might be taken fully online or blended learning with no physical class at all. I was kind of surprised with that news, and I thought it's going to be good for us as we don't have to leave our room to attend for a class. And then I asked myself, why they don't just go online for all subjects? From lectures, quiz, assignment, submission, all must be online by that means. At first few weeks, I was doing good. I attend all of the lectures without any problem until one day there was a connectivity problem at my college, and it stopped me from attending my class for that day. Started from this problem, it turned out into a domino effect, which led me to demotivated to attend for classes. When you didn't attend classes for a few weeks, there must be assignments and quiz that you miss and left behind. It took me a while to catch back up with the assignments, and I promised myself that I would never let that happen again. The student who procrastinate about their assignment usually either wind up withdrawing from the course late in the semester because they have fallen far behind, or receiving an F in the course because they have not completed their required classwork by the time the course is over. I've learned that to be successful in online classes, you have to be self-disciplined and able to work well on your own. Since you won't be physically going to class each week, you can take part in class from the comfort of your own room or home or whatever you feel like to. Um, let's talk about the challenge we face when attending online classes. From my story, there must be some challenge we have to face when doing online classes. First, some of us might face the internet coverage problem. I know that it's difficult for some of us who might live in rural areas across the countries to do online classes. We may have the device needed, such as smartphone or laptop, but without internet connection, it's never going to work. Second, we might have to deal with something called motivation and staying motivated throughout the semester. When attending physical class, you may have your friends around you who are going to stimulate you to keep going to classes, but at home, you are at your own. If you don't want to come, nobody's going to bother you. Seriously. You have to be disciplined with your schedule and time management to excel in online classes. Third is lack of in-person interaction. The lack of in-person interaction with both instructors and classmates can be particularly challenging. During physical classes, we are making interaction with our lecturers throughout the class, asking question, answering question, and that's the learning process that we used to. But it's different during online classes. During online classes, students tend to prevent themselves from making any form of interaction with lecturers. Some of us might switch off our camera and mute our mic. That's the reality of our students. So I think that's all for me for now. I think I pass the mic to Atif.
All right, I see. So thank you to Mr. Zahid on his views on the topic. And last but not least, we will he be hearing the opinions or views from Mr. Farul Amar bin Muhammad Fariuddin, who is the representative of University of Malaya Association of New Youth. So would you please, Mr. Farul?
Thank you, Mr. Atif and Mr. Zahid. Assalamualaikum and good evening to everyone. We all know causes of online class started due to the pandemic COVID-19. As a student participating in the home learning program, online school was confusing to adjust to as we had not been prepared to simulation or practices beforehand. Students reported the home learning program to be even more stressful than regular classroom. Normal classes may have been difficult, but having friends makes it so much manageable and less stressful. Online classes take out the benefits of having friends to socialize with and being stuck alone with nothing but assignment. But after being enrolled in online courses last fall semester, I have come to realize firsthand that online classes are not promising educational opportunities they are made out be. There is a lack of willingness and desire to learn. Students are simply not motivated in online classes for a passing grade rather than genuinely engaging with the course material. The biggest disadvantage of taking an online class is the absence of face-to-face interaction between the lecturers and their students. Live sessions are infrequent and often are scheduled during the middle of the day when students have to attend other classes or work. The office hours of the lecture may also be during inconvenient times for many students as well. Most interaction with the lecturer has to be through email, which is often direct and impersonal. It is nearly impossible for students to build a relationship with their lecturer. This is not an effective way to learn. There is also a study groups and form relationship with their peers. Students do not have the same opportunities to make new friends or network with people in their field. Most communication are through email, discussion, change, or group chats. Face-to-face interaction is minimal if it is even there at all. Online classes also require either a computer or laptop, a reliable internet connection. Not all students have access to these types of resources, whether it be for financial or other reasons, and it can put them at a disadvantage to their other classmates. Offering online classes certainly helps students who would otherwise not be able to attend in-room class session. However, they fail to provide a genuine education with an emphasis on convenience rather than critical thinking. We need online class to restructure themselves so students can have a learning experience that will actually provide quality education. That's all from me. So I pass back to Mr. Atif. Thank you.
Mr. Atif, I think we can hear you.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, uh, thank you to Mr. Farul on giving his views on his topic on the topic. Since we have a little bit more time, would any of you like to add anything related to this topic?
Mr. Atif, I have.
Oh, please proceed, Miss Irina.
Okay. Right now, I'm telling you, the final year students, they are generally worried about the progress of their thesis planning and their final project, particularly those who need to carry out lab work and experiments. Nothing that that the decision of MOHE to be loosened, the rules for final year student has been accepted with relief. Internship are necessary for final year student. I know that. To provide them with real work experience, our some students had recently completed their internship early, and their respective faculties were said to have accepted them, but further noted that the final decision should lie with the faculties as they would know better about fieldwork. Suggested a range of options to be explored by the administration of both public and private institutions, including the reimbursement of lodging costs by 50% or more than the number of weeks spent by students on accommodation facilities. Suggested a range of options to be explored by the administration of both public and private institutions, including the um, we know that review the total cost levied on student by retaining school fees while decreasing the charge for services, as most students will not be able to access the services on campus. University may also redeploy the fees dedicated to offering library or Wi-Fi facilities to finance it and include a unique pass for students to access online learning resources, including those from paying internet libraries to promote their research from home until December 2020. Okay, that's all from me, Mr. Atif.
All right. Thank you, Miss Irina. So, would anyone else like to add anything on the topic?
Um, Mr. Atip, I think I have one or few things to be add in this
Yeah.
segment.
Oh yes. Please proceed, Mr. Zaid.
Okay. As for this segment, speaking about the state of students, especially their attitude, when it comes to online classes, not all, but some students don't take it seriously as much as they have to. Maybe because they are comfortable staying at home, and maybe by that it subconsciously triggers them mentally as they are already in their comfort zone, which is their home. This is related to what I said earlier about staying motivated. Motivated to come to the class and take everything as thoughtful as they have to, especially with attendance, assignments, quiz, tests, and so on. On the other hand, for students who miss classes and assessment for a few weeks tend to, as I said earlier, face a difficulty to catch everything up. Plus, with procrastination, it acts like the icing on the cake, but not in a very good way. You miss a lot and you didn't start as early as you could to gain back your momentum, to finish all the work you have missed. You only need to work harder compared to all of your classmates to get yourself back to the right path. It's not possible, it's not impossible as long as you're willing to work harder and determine with your end goal. Not only during physical class, but students during online class also easily distracted and not giving their full attention to the class. Since they are able to turn off their camera, it makes it difficult for lecturers to monitor their action and level of attention behind the camera. The learning process requires students to pay all of their attention to the class, and without that, the process is not going well. And at the end of the class, you gain nothing. And even if you do, it might come around 40 to 50% of the whole thing. That's all for me, Mr. Atif.
All right. So, Mr. Farrell, would you like to add anything?
Yes.
Please proceed.
For my opinion, online classes should be more fun. The lecturer should add more, such as we as a student stuck
Mm-hmm.
and glued in our chair like for 3 hours straight,
Mm-hmm.
and we are facing the same thing, and it makes us less interest in it.
Mm-hmm.
So
So that's all.
I think that's all.
Okay. So, thank you, Mr. Farrell. So, I think that's all from us. So, I think that's all we have time for this forum session. And from what I can conclude from our discussion today is that online classes are not as effective as a physical class because students tend to get demotivated and feeling stressful every day due to always sit around in front of your laptop, in front of your PC, and it may strain our eyes if we do it for maybe long consecutive hours. Also, sometimes internet problems can be quite stressful, and not a lot of areas have a strong internet connection. This can also be the cause of stress, and we tend to not go to class if this keeps on going in the future. So sometimes assignments may not be hand in on time due to having bad internet connection, and sometimes the information sent out may not reach us because of the bad coverage. So I think that wraps up our forum today, and I would like to thank you, the panelists, for giving their time, sacrificing their time for this forum discussion. So that's all from me. I thank the panelists for being here today, and that's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and stay safe at home. Dah.
Okay, dah kan.